Hey guys, look, there's a piece of advice I actually wanted to share with yourselves quite some time now. Just haven't got around to it. So this is around the communication piece. So whether we're communicating with customers, clients, internally, whatever it could be, right? It's about thinking, how do we add value and on a consistent basis, and also build credibility. Okay, so build credibility, increase the relationship even further. Now, let's use this example from let's say, sales side around, we're looking to get an update from a deal that we're expecting to come in, perhaps, or if it's next steps, understanding if it's a green light, what does it mean after that, okay? And the general kind of questions that, let's say, the salesperson really tends to ask when whether they email across or pick up the phone, it's things like, hey, have we had an update? Or do you know when we're going to get an update about this? Or does your boss know about this? What is the kind of time frames? Again, these kind of same old questions. And yeah, you'll be surprised actually the amount of people do still ask this. So the way to change this, because the problem with this is that we're being selfish and we're not taking consideration the other person's priorities, the other person's timeframes, and where they are in their journey. We're only thinking about, at this time, what our journey is, what are our timeframes, and what we need to do from our end, okay? Which is fine. At a certain point, we need to do that, but it's about being aware of this and them. So the best course of action is really taking a step back, and every time before we are going to send them an email, before we're going to do a phone call to them, it's about thinking, okay, well, how do I add value to that person? Okay, will this phone call, in what I'm about to say, add value in any way to them? And I'm sure if you're going to ask us simple questions, you're going to know that no, that's not going to really add any value to them whatsoever. And if not, if anything, it's going to really just push them further away every time you ask that, because they can see you're not really thinking about them. So in other words, when you're picking up a conversation with them, it's about thinking, well, is there something differently that I can do or say that's going to help them even further, okay? Because you're there to help them, really, essentially. So it could be information where you find online relevant to their situation that you think will be helpful to them going forward. It could also be things such as conversations you've had with them before, and you've thought about that, and also added a few different ideas of yourself that you thought could really be beneficial for them to take on board and help him or her or them with that situation. So yeah, it's really about thinking of this beforehand, before you respond. So I've done this as well. I've unfortunately have experienced a few times where I've been a bit from the selfish point of view, and it's not great. Sometimes you may never know, but it's about really doing the self-analysis and thinking, right, okay, I should have not maybe done that. I shouldn't have hesitated to do that. So yeah, keep that in mind every time you're going to send an email, you're going to do a phone call, and always think about, how do I add value on that area? Hopefully that helps, because it certainly did for me. Thanks.